Ik ben hier vandaag in het hoofdkantoor van Microsoft Nederland en dat is om een hele toffe game te gaan checken. Hier is namelijk Alan Wake speelbaar. Het spel werd al in 2005 aangekondigd en in mei komt hij eindelijk uit. Nou, wij gaan hier zo meteen even aan de slag en we hebben een interviewtje met een van de ontwikkelaars van Remedy. Dus ik heb er echt zin in.
Alan, please help me.
Alice? So let me tell you a little bit about what Alan Wake is about. So he's a best-selling writer who hasn't managed to write anything in a couple of years. So his wife Alice takes him away to this idyllic, quirky town of Bright Falls in a hope to gain back his creative flow. But shortly upon arrival, she vanishes without a trace, and Wake finds himself trapped in a nightmare. Worst of all, his latest work, a thriller novel that he doesn't remember writing, is coming true before his very eyes, word for word.
They're here!
So Alan Wake's a psychological action thriller. It's a story-driven experience, and we want to give the player a thrill ride, and with that we've combined the mind of a psychological thriller and the body of a cinematic action game.
This crazy talk, Al. Al! Al! We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry! They'll kill her!
We take a lot of influences from popular culture. Not so much video games, but more like movies and books, TV series, graphic novels. And certainly, you know, Bright Falls has definitely an echo of Twin Peaks in it. And then also from the stylization as well. I mean, not from a story perspective, but more a stylization. So Lost is an inspiration for us. They do a very tightly packed thriller in a TV series type format. Stephen King is obviously an inspiration for us, a writer whose writing is now coming true. And we tip our hats to some of the greats, like, you know, Stephen King, for instance, where you see the birds attacking you. There's a lot of popular culture references that people will notice when they play the game, and we feel that it resonates really well. We've taken inspiration from those, but we've definitely made them our own, so Alan Wake will certainly stand on its own 2 feet. This is a Remedy game, and people recognize Remedy games for cinematic, movie-like action, for single-player, story-driven, character-centric games. And you know, that's what this is. This isn't Max Payne. This is a completely new IP, but we haven't forgotten our heritage. So the way we utilize the camera in Max Payne, we've taken some of the things that we've learnt from them and evolved them to work in a thriller as well. So, you know, when an enemy is attacking you from behind, for instance, we pull out the camera for that moment, for that thriller moment where you have kind of like the hunter and the hunted. So it gives the player a little bit more time to react. The player has full control of but gives you that little bit more time to react, and it brings out those thriller emotions in you and gets your pulse racing. Another example of that is, you know, if an enemy is attacking you and is just about to hit you with a sledgehammer or an axe or whatever it might be, and you manage to dodge out of the way, it activates a cinematic dodge. And that's kind of a slow motion dodge, which again feels very rewarding to the player that he's done something right. These are parameters that are met and dealt with under the hood. The engine deals with it. It's not something that happens all the time because it would get annoying. So, you know, the engine determines that when it will happen and when it doesn't happen. The player determines it on his end by obviously playing well. We also do that with flare gun shots and reveal cameras and kill cameras, using the camera to accentuate those thriller moments. If you're asking what moments for me are the scariest moments, I mean, you know, this is a psychological thriller, and I said that we want to establish the first real thriller in video games. Now, in my opinion, I mean, this is just a personal opinion, and there's a fine line between it, but for me, horror is kind of, you know, buckets and buckets of blood, and you might have crab monsters or something. It's more about what's happening at that moment that's really horrifying. And a thriller is more about the build-up and suspense. Regardless whether it happens or not, your hair is standing up on your arms and on your neck because you're scared of what might happen, even if it doesn't. And what I love about Alan Wake is we have a lot of moments there that we have suspense and build-up, and those suspense and build-up moments are more impactful for me than actually what's happening on the screen.
Yes. All right.